how you can help the customer to reach his goals, to solve his problems. Polska is quite a strategic market, in my point of view, for the cosmetic industry. We have a lot of local brands that are very strong on the market and that compete with a lot of success with multinationals. We have a lot of private label producers that manufacture cosmetics for some world-known brands. We are not considering ourselves only as a supplier of raw materials. We think that the partnership that we are creating between us and between the customers, it gives some added value. We are not delivering only the ingredient, we are delivering, in fact, the innovation. We are delivering the concept. We are inspiring.
Welcome to Provitalks 2.0, a new season of Provitalks where the complete value chain process of a natural ingredient will be unraveled through Provital's expertise. Get ready for a journey where innovation and authenticity intertwine to inspire you.
Welcome everyone to a new episode of Provitalks 2.0. In today's episode, we will delve again into the market specificities of one specific area with the idea to understand a bit more and a bit deeper the differences between the go-to-market strategies in different key points, okay? And in this occasion, we have a very special guest, Marcin Siekierski. Sorry about the pronunciation.
No problem. I'm used to so.
How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm well. The trip was fine. Well, I had to wake up quite early to catch the early flight, but we're in Barcelona. It's worth every effort. So it's great to be here.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, we're very glad to have you here, and especially because we think that you are like the perfect person to talk about how does Provital is established in Polska, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, Polska is quite a strategic market, in my point of view, for the cosmetic industry. We have a lot of background, a lot of tradition in producing cosmetics, more than 100 years as a country. I'm not sure if you are aware, but for example, the founder of the Max Factor brand, he was a Polish guy.
Okay.
Helena Rubinstein, the godmother of modern cosmetology, she was Polish. The inventor of the very famous Nivea cream, he had Polish roots, and the Nivea cream itself has been produced in Poland since 1929, as far as I remember. Mm-hmm. So with all this heritage, with all this background, we have a very great manufacturing capabilities in our country. We have a lot of local brands that are very strong on the market and that compete with a lot of success with multinationals. We have a lot of private label producers that manufacture cosmetics for some world-known brands, and even some big key players of the cosmetic industry have their own factories located in Poland, like Avon, like L'Oreal, like Beiersdorf. So, well, we are the fifth market in the European Union for cosmetics. So,
wow, yeah, that's quite big. So we see that it's quite a very strategic country to be present there, right? So could you talk a little bit on how was Provital Polska created since the beginning and what has been the evolution for the 20 years now, right?
Yes. We turned 20 this year, so it's our lucky year. The company was founded, in fact, by my father 20 years ago, but Provital itself is present in Poland since 25 years. So my father used to work in a distributing company where Provital was one of the brands that they had in their portfolio. But he was so successful, and also the prospects of the market growth for Poland were so nice that the management of Provital encouraged him to create an independent subsidiary dedicated to Poland. And he did it. We started 20 years ago. We are covering the Polish market, but we are also covering Czechia, Hungary, Slovakia, and the Baltic countries. So quite a huge area.
So for those who maybe doesn't know that, these countries are surrounding Poland, right?
Yes.
Geographically?
Yes.
So it makes sense to cover them from...
Exactly, that's true.
The biggest market, though, keeps being
It's Poland.
Poland.
It's Poland. Poland is, for us, it's like 85% of our turnover. So
Okay,
it's the strategic market for us, for sure.
And in all this amazing history, because I know that you've been, growing and growing every year more and more. Where does Marcin fit? Who are you in all this history of Provital? And
Okay.
tell us about your background and all.
Well, my background is chemical. In fact, since I was a kid, always in school, chemistry was my favorite subject. So I graduated commodity science. So it's a kind of combination of life sciences, like chemistry, biochemistry, biotechnology, with some market sciences like product management, marketing, etc. I also finished postgraduate studies in cosmetic chemistry, and quite recently, last year, I also finished an executive MBA course. And regarding my history in Provital, I started to work in the company when I was a student. It was 18 years ago.
You were in the university?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was still in the university. So the first 2 years of my work was actually knowing the company, knowing the products, knowing the customers. I only learned, in fact, for the 2 years. Then when I graduated the university, I started to work in sales. So I started to visit company, to visit our customers, to promote directly the products. But I also always combined the sales work with some marketing work, having almost no knowledge about marketing and depending only on my intuition. Recently, it has changed a little bit, so the shift has moved a little bit more towards marketing, and I'm also managing the sales team in Poland.
And well, we were talking about the 20-year anniversary, and I was there because they had like an amazing
Big party.
event with a big party, and
That's
it was
true.
very successful, amazing. It was very well organized. Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
I had a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. It was our goal that everyone.
And the most important thing is that the customers had a lot of fun.
That's true.
I've seen the after movie, and you can see that. But in that party, your father made an announcement about his retiring plans and about you succeeding him as the next CEO of the Provital Polska subsidiary.
Yeah, this is something really exciting and also really stressful for me. But yeah, the thing is that my father is preparing very, very slowly to retire. The plan is that this change at the position of the CEO will take place in the middle of 2025, more or less. And he will retire in September. So since that time, everything will be on my shoulders. But I'm very excited. I think I'm well prepared. I have all the background to lead the company, and I have a great team inside. So it's perfect. It's exciting, but also it makes fun.
Definitely. And I see that you talk about your team. You can tell from everything that you do in marketing and sales that you are a great team in Poland. I can tell.
And you have a general view of
Yes.
the company, not just sales, So that
Yes.
will be very, very useful for sure.
Yeah, during these 18 years of my career, I managed to take part in different processes of the company. I even was a driver of the forklift, or I even prepared some deliveries to the customers. I was in the customer service. So, we are quite small company in Poland in terms of how many people are
The
inside.
team is small,
So the team is small. When someone goes for a holiday, when someone is
You have
sick,
to
you have to
cover
recover
power.
him. Yes, you have to replace him. So for many, many years, it was me who has replaced the people, for example, in the warehouse or in the customer service. So I think that I know quite a lot about how are things going in the business.
Yeah. And you also have an MBA, which gives you a more strategic mindset, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and Provital Polska per se is a very strategic subsidiary for Provital.
Yeah, it's a very important market for us. So.
Exactly. And also because of what you said about the market, the manufacturing industry being so big and so famous, let's say. But what do you think is your work in Provital Polska doing differently? What are the key aspects that make the subsidiary what it is and successful in the end?
Well, our vision of the business is is a combination, is a mixture of a deep knowledge, both about the market but also about the products, with some creativity, or maybe a lot of creativity, but also with a very customer-centric approach. So we want to be a true partner for for our customers, and that's our main goal. What actually makes the difference is that, well, we are not considering ourselves only as a supplier of raw materials. Of course, at the end we are one.
Yeah.
But there are some areas where the cooperation with us makes a true difference for the customer. And in fact, we think that the partnership that we are creating between us and between the customers, it gives some added value both to the customers but also to the final consumers. Because in fact, we are not delivering only the ingredient. We are delivering, in fact, the innovation. We are delivering the concept. We are inspiring the customers. We are making that the creativity is stimulated. We are using different tools, different methods to do it, but the bottom line is that their products can be like more innovative, more effective. We are helping them to launch then the innovations that we make here, and with the benefit for the final consumer that receives a cosmetic product that is both effective but also natural sourced.
Yeah, and this is what we've been seeing during these last episodes that we have the interviews with people from Provital, right? That we not just offer the product per se, but we give them the sustainability part, the traceability of the origin, the innovation with the science, and then we also go beyond that with the marketing claims that we can provide, or even the formulation that we saw with Lo and Anna, all these trends and all this advice that we can provide. It is exactly what you are saying.
Yes, this is true. This is exactly what we are talking about. These are the four, let's say, areas that we have defined as our main advantages, as our main differentiative points on the market. In our unique value proposition, we are saying to the customers that we are taking care about their innovations, and we are making their innovations to be simple and to be effective. And we are doing it in like four areas where the cooperation with us actually makes a difference and adds the value to the customer. But above all these four areas, we always think about the customer, who is always the most important part of our business. We always think about his doubts, his needs, his questions he may raise, the way how we can help him. It may sound very obvious, because when you look at the theory of business, when you look at the theory of marketing, well, in fact, every organization should act this way.
Yeah, focused on the needs of the customer.
So it's something very simple. However, in practice, when you take a look how B2B brands communicate with their customers, also in our industry, well, it may seem that some of them forgot about this very basic rule. And I completely understand it, because it's not so simple. You have to completely change your way of thinking. You have to apply a different mindset in order not to speak about yourself and how innovative you are and how great products you are, but you have to speak about the customer and how you can help the customer to reach his goals, to solve his problems, and not about how fantastic at the end you are.
Yeah.
You can do both at the same time, right?
You can combine it, but you have to then, well, make the switch in your mind, and we are still learning how to do it, because it's not so simple. Communication is, of course, crucial, but the starting point is the product, and we are very, very confident about the product, about the quality, about the science that stands behind, about the efficacy, and all the things that are related with how the product works and how it is developed, how it is sustainable. But the area where actually the magic happens in Poland is the customer service. It is our hallmark on the market. Many customers treat us as a kind of benchmark when we are speaking about the customer service, because we work very agile, very quick. We have a lot of KPIs defined to justify how agile we are. We reply very fast to all the inquiries. We are able to deliver very quick samples. So we are making all the projects going on more simple and more effective and more quick. Also, in terms of delivery, we have some stock. 70% of our portfolio is stocked in Poland, so we are able to deliver very, very fast. So this is also very important for us. And the fourth area, it's also something that you also mentioned, Eloyd, is the support that we give to the customers. Support in different areas, formulating support, legal support, marketing support, technical. So a lot of things that we are using, a lot of tools that we are using to make the work of our customer more simple, more effective, and more beneficial.
Yeah, that's true. Very important. You also mentioned, and regarding is also related with communication, but you mentioned that we have different buyer personas and you want to try to get to reach both. So what would you say is like the best channel to get to these buyer personas for us?
Well, in my opinion, I think that nowadays you have to apply an omni-channel strategy, in fact. So you have to be present in different channels. You have to provide to your customers different touch points to your brands. You have to work always on your brand awareness, using different tools and different methods. And this is how we are actually doing. So we use different kind of inbound methods, but we also combine it with the more, let's say, traditional based outbound methods. It all depends on the current project, on the current situation. So we use it in different proportions. We also put a lot of emphasis on the relationship that we create with the customer. It's always very, very important for us. After all these years, we have plenty of customers that we are pretty close with. We can go.
You have long-term relationships,
yes,
not
exactly.
just interactions happen so fast.
No. It's a long term. You know, the industry is quite hermetic, you can say it. So even if people change their job, there's still a way to
company, but in the same industry.
Exactly. So we, after all these years, we have, I can say, friends among customers. We can go to have a beer together or party or together or something like this. But it all depends on the situation. It all depends on the customers. There are people that are more let's say it relationship based. There are people where the traditional methods, like for example some publications in magazines, are more effective. But you know, the decision makers, they are getting younger, so you have to approach them in a different way. So you also have to be active in social media. You also have to use, for example, videos. You have to find different way how to approach your customers. There's no one single way to do it, in my opinion.
That's right.
Yeah, and to give them that sense of cooperation, but in different ways.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
The partnership, I think, it's crucial for everyone, for every chain, the link of the chain, of the value chain. So.
Well, you always say that it's not only reaching the needs of our clients, well, your clients, but also the need of the customer of the client.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Final consumer.
The final consumer in the end. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This is how we considering also the business that we do. We are starting with the problem of the consumer. We are thinking how to solve his needs, how to solve his problem, how to satisfy him, delivering the best solution to our customer, to the producer of the cosmetics. So the pathway is long, but it's the way that, in our opinion, makes sense to think always about the final consumer.
And what is the final consumer asking for lately? Is it because we always say that, well, Provital is the most known manufacturer of natural ingredients.
Exactly.
how's that market side evolving?
Well, the push for natural ingredients is huge. That's true. And what's also quite interesting that it's big, but it's also very stable. You know, the natural ingredients were considered as a trend, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe, or 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was like the big boom.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
big boom. But now it's not a trend anymore. It's like a standard. It's something that you actually have to do if you want to like be in the game. You have to use natural ingredients in any form. Of course, the term natural ingredient is very complex.
Yes, that's
Yes.
true.
So you can both include their very simple products like some extracts, oils, distillates, but also some high-tech, very innovative, biotechnology-based products. So I think that also the customer, the consumer, is now demanding more and more efficacy. So the origin of the ingredient also plays a role, but in my opinion, nowadays not as that big as a few years ago, and it has switched more to the things related with the efficacy, with the benefits that you are able to provide. And if you are able to provide the benefits, the efficacy, and mix it with natural origin, with
Yeah.
sustainability.
That's the perfect
sustainability.
combo, right?
Yeah, it's a perfect combo. It's a match. So, and this is actually what we do. So
Exactly. All our care actives, that's what we can offer. Natural
Exactly.
ingredients
That's true.
with high innovative science behind and backed up with efficacy tests
that's true.
that can
That's true.
perform very well.
So we are in a quite lucky position to have such portfolio behind.
And what about other aspects that are also quite relevant in the industry? Do you see also some demand from the final consumer, for example, sustainability or ethically sourced, something more related with that part? Do you see also not a trend, but like a big or higher demand that it used to be before?
Well, when you take a look at different market reports, at different market surveys, they actually confirm that the customer in our market, the consumer in our market, is becoming more and more like aware of all the issues related with the environment. The consumer claims that he prefers brands that are sustainable, that are doing something more for the environment, something more for the society, that are ethical, that make this ethics being visible. So the declarations of the consumer are one thing, but their reality is a different thing, because to be honest with you, we actually don't see this push from the customer in this area in the projects that we work in which we work with our customers. It doesn't mean that you don't have to be sustainable, but in my opinion, sustainability has become something like a good practice, something like a good standard. If you are considering yourself as a serious
It's something
player.
that you have to do.
And it's also, I think, it's also a kind of obligation for you as a company to. It's your commitment for the nature. So you have to be sustainable at the end. It's no longer your choice, I think. And we again are in a very lucky position, because the CSR policy of Provital has now like more than 15 years.
Right.
We were actually one of the pioneers of sustainability in our industry. We were talking about sustainability in the times where only a few people knew what actually sustainability means. Today, of course, we also talk about being sustainable, but not because it's trendy, it's fashionable, and that everybody is talking about, etc., etc. For us, it's something like completely natural. It's the framework of all the actions that we do. It's like part of our DNA.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's part of our DNA, and if you see the strategic plan that we have, it's one of our main 4 pillars, right? We have sustainability, we have product, we have innovation, and then focus to the customer. So sustainability is very important for us, and it's always been like that. Not just now because it
Yeah,
might
exactly.
be trendy.
And now everybody is green, everybody is sustainable. You are opening your fridge and boom, there's sustainability inside sometimes. So the whole market is communicating now the sustainability. We also, but as said, it's completely natural for us. So it's a very long relationship between Provital and the sustainability issue. So.
And do you think that that is like another differentiative point of Provital? Because you said that to be a trusted partner, right, you have to be there. Right now, you have to be there. Do you think that the fact that for Provital that has been the case for many years, does that provide an advantage?
Yes, that's for sure. For example, due to this very long tradition in sustainability, we are able to manage different questions regarding this issue. Very easy, very simple. We are receiving a request, we have an answer already there because we are dealing with it since many times. So for us, it's something simple, and this also makes a difference. That's true.
Definitely. And if there is something that I might say is important here, right, for the sustainability side, is also regulatory. Like regulatory is getting there.
That's true. That's
Common topic, right?
Common topic.
It's always
yes.
my topic. I always bring it up.
You're the bad guy here, or the bad girl. Yes, that's true. That the regulations are pushing more and more the industry towards sustainability, towards the environment,
safety.
Yes. Of course, we can discuss for a long time if it's okay or not, or if the form that the regulator is applying is okay or not. But the bottom line is that the issues related with sustainability are not longer something that, okay, maybe we can do it. No, it is, or it will become in a very short time an obligation for you. It's mandatory now. So that's true that the regulations now are a little bit crazy. Well, we call it in Poland the situation that we are dealing now regarding regulations. We call it the regulatory tsunami.
Tsunami. Wow.
Yes, because of so many different regulations you have to cope with.
Yeah, and so difficult to understand, right?
Difficult to understand, new, difficult to reach the goals that are included in these new regulations. Plenty of them are related with environment, like the Green Deal, for example. So a lot of things is going.
But for the Polish market, you have like a different regulatory landscape, or I assume that as being inside the European Union?
The landscape,
a general.
Yeah, the landscape is more or less the same that in Spain, because we are, as a member of the EU, apply the same regulations. A kind of handicap that we have is our local industry association that works very close to the regulator and that helps a lot all the companies that are inside this union to deal with these regulations. So we are also a part of the Polish Society of Cosmetic Industry. They are doing great job. They are able to even influence the regulator to change his decision or to make his decision a little bit more like practical and not that strict.
Yeah.
So, but first of all, we have a lot of support and very easy access to the knowledge, to all the news, to all the regulatory changes that are going on. So it's very good for us.
Yes. And is this organization only it only serves for regulatory issues, or is it for
it's
like a cluster?
It's a society, but it deals with different issues related with cosmetic industry, starting with the regulations, of course, because now it's a very hot topic, but they also deal, for example, with consumer education, with communication with consumers. So there are many different areas that they are covering.
Very interesting.
So that's something great. This makes for the members of our industry in Poland the work easier.
That's great.
Very helpful. Now moving to a more happy topic, let's say, we would like to know if you could explain to us and to the audience some successful marketing strategies that you have applied to market these natural ingredients of Provital.
Successful strategies.
I'm sure you've had quite a lot.
I have some. For example, from the last 2 or 3 years, it will be a little bit personal, but I think that I'm quite successful with social media and with LinkedIn account, with my personal profile. So the story is that during the pandemics, when all the contacts, direct contacts, and the lockdowns were like limited, I thought that I will be like more active in the social media and in LinkedIn. So I put myself a goal. I applied a strategy, and I stick to until today. And I started to post more frequent and very regularly.
Yeah.
And the idea I had at the beginning, and that I still have, is that I wanted to show Provital from the inside, from the part that you are not able to talk about, for example, during a customer meeting. I wanted to show areas that are not known to the customers, to the publicity, but I also wanted to show the people that are behind. Well, like people want to see people. It's very very basic again,
the concept is basic, but not the strategy that you
Yes.
have
Not that
applied.
easy.
It's not
yes.
that easy.
Yes, for me it's a kind of like a business-related blog, because I also put some insights from the market. I try to comment some actions done in the market, etc., etc. So it evolved a little bit, but after 2-3 years, I'm noticing the results of these actions, because we have some effects visible. Maybe not in terms of business effects like orders or
Not directly.
not directly like the financial effect, but when we are speaking about the publicity, the public relation, the way how Provital is now perceived among different members of the whole value chain in the cosmetic industry, this is making
So it's probably
a
more
difference.
focused on brand awareness,
Exactly.
rather than being like a commercial strategy.
Yes,
Just
yes.
to sell more.
I don't want to sell via social media.
Yeah.
It was my main goal. I don't want to talk about the product, to make a product presentation, blah blah blah. It's boring. It's simple, but it's boring. I wanted to make it more personal, because for example, I don't use like ChatGPT to create my posts. It's 100% Marcin insights.
Wow.
It's pure me with a little bit of humor inside, with a little bit of distance inside. So no artificial intelligence. It's only the way I feel, the way I communicate, the way I am. But after 2-3 years of being
Doing
consequent
it regularly.
and doing it regularly, I see the results. So it's for me a kind of success.
Well, you've built another channel. You were saying about the omni-channel strategy. You've built another channel.
Yes.
Your personal
Social media
brand
by a
awareness
personal
channel.
Yes,
profile.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. It's very interesting.
Yeah, but we are thinking about more, so we have some ideas behind.
What ideas? What ideas? Tell us.
New-
Do you
new
have
things.
any spoilers?
Yes, I can I can give you a little spoiler. We are thinking now, and we are working actually now, on creating a kind of vlog. We want to record some short movies where we want to, again, show Provital in a different picture, in a different way, in a more simple, more catchy way, short, time-saving, but also responding to the needs of the final consumer, meeting the needs of the final consumer, providing some solutions for the problems of the final consumers, but also show what's behind Provital, the people, the factory, the industry. So make it like a more vlog way, video way.
Content creation, right? I mean,
Yes, exactly. Well, the video is the future of marketing, also in B2B, and well, we want to be in that train. So we started to work at this in this area,
and one of the first ones, especially in our industry, right? I mean, this is
Yes.
something that we haven't seen yet, probably.
No, not
Yes.
not like this. Not in. Well, we are starting to see, right? But not so much.
yes, I think it will be a quite unique, especially in Poland, where the communication is not as that developed regarding the B2B marketing, but also looking on a more global way.
in the
I think
general,
that will be a nice concept. And so let's see how it will evolve.
And this is also an example of how do you approach the different customers, right? Because you're gonna create some videos, as I understand, using like very common language.
Exactly.
So even R&D can understand perfectly, but also marketing and the final consumer.
Even the final consumer can understand what we are talking about. So of course there will be some science, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't want to make it like a scientific video or something like this. We want to have it short, with a very simple language, very easy to understand. So it could be used even by the marketing departments of our customers. So
Yes.
that's true.
Yes. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, finger crossed.
I
Finger crossed.
can wait to watch them.
Yes. Yes. Very innovative subsidiary. I
For
have
sure.
to say.
Very active as well.
Very
right?
active, very proactive in terms of marketing. It's just great what
Thanks.
you've been doing. I think. But well, I don't know. Do you have any other question, Eloy?
Well, we have the final part, right? As usual.
Yeah, this is a little surprise.
Okay.
Okay, it's just quick fire questions. You have to answer quickly, whatever first comes to your mind, just like you do with your
Okay.
posts.
Okay.
Okay, the first question is, what is your favorite active ingredient of Provital?
The favorite one. For me, it will be much easier to tell what products I don't like because there are only a few of them. I like most of them, but my favorite one, I think it will be hydromanil.
Wow, a classic.
The classic. It is one of the first actives launched under like the new generation of Provital actives, let's say this way. So it's a very classic ingredient, but we have a lot of success with it with this product because it's very nice. It's simple, but it's effective. You can feel the effects even when you touch the skin or the hair after application. It's cost effective, it's easy to formulate, a lot of advantages and almost zero disadvantages. So.
Also has technology behind it. It's simple, but it has the matrix.
Yes, but the
behind
technology, it was like a breaking point in the history of Provital. So the whole 3D matrix,
That was the first one, right?
So it was like the first high-tech product, and even though it was high tech for that time, we managed to keep it simple and not to be as expensive and to be very, very effective.
Yeah, it's true that it's been very successful and still is.
Still is, exactly.
Still is.
It's like 18 years or 17 years it's on the market, more or less.
Yeah. Well, there have been some tests added during
Yes.
those.
Yes.
Yes.
Like a new
during those
relaunch and
years.
everything.
Yes.
That helps.
Yes.
Okay, next question. What's the latest cosmetic final product that you have purchased?
It was last week actually. I bought a body lotion, an isotonic body lotion.
Oh wow.
Yes, containing hydromanil and containing also pronalin sport, so even an older ingredient.
Yeah.
I use it not only after workout, but I use it also on a regular basis.
So it's from one of our Polish customers.
Yes, exactly.
You buy local, of course.
So yes, I try to buy local.
What's the name of the product?
It's BBO.
Okay.
It's the brand.
I'll look it up. It sounds great with hydromanil and pronalin. And next question. What do you look for when buying for a cosmetic product?
As said, I'm trying to buy local. So my first target is to buy cosmetics that are produced either in Poland or by our customers from, for example, Czechia or Hungary, if it's possible. So this is the starting point. Then I try to look if there's some Provital ingredient inside. However, well, I'm not as that strict in this area.
I do the same. I have to say that I try to look for customers because, of course,
so
if
I try
have
to
buy from
support. I try to
someone,
support them. So it's clear. I try to use products that have a high percentage of natural origin ingredients inside. However, it's not obligatory, so I can.
Okay.
Make
You can
some
have
exceptions.
a priority list
Yes.
Yes.
in your
Exactly.
head.
Exactly.
very nice.
That's good.
Okay, next question. Now you have to finish the sentence. The best thing about the cosmetics industry is?
The best thing about the cosmetic, the dynamics, but it's also the worst thing. It has like two parts of
Two sides of the
the
story.
soul. Exactly. Because I love being dynamic. I love being in a move, and the cosmetic market is always in the move.
Yeah.
However, the bad thing is that the cosmetic industry is like obsessed with novelties. So rush is okay, but when you have too many rush,
You don't even have time enough
Yes,
to
exactly.
do one thing that you are
Exactly.
doing the second one.
But I think the dynamics that everything is changing very frequent is quite a good part if you like to being stimulated.
Yeah.
And I like to be so.
Well, I was going to ask about the worst thing.
You
about
already
the-
answered that.
Yes. I think that the dynamic is okay. I like it, but being so obsessed about the novelty, well, it makes that the life cycle of the cosmetic product is now like ridiculously short. Because if the product will not have the desired success on the market, then removed. A new one.
Yeah.
We are also being asked always about what's new.
Yeah.
And there's no obligation to use only new ingredients and only new raw materials in your products. Take a look, for example, at the body lotion that I mentioned.
Yeah.
It contains our actives that are 15 or even 20 years old, and they are still effective, still nice. You can still have some nice communication with them, some nice results. So you don't have to be like novelty obsessed.
Yeah, that's true.
But the final consumer is obsessed with novelty lately. So
Because I think that they relate novelty with better. Because
Yeah, it's a very simple link, but it's not always true.
yeah. I'm not saying it's true, but probably the perception is like if something is new and trendy, it's because it's better than what it's before.
Not always.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the situation.
we're obsessed with trends lately. What can we do?
Young people, huh?
Yeah, young people. I'm not that young, okay? I'm talking about Gen Z. Okay, and
The final question: who would you like us to bring to Provitalks for an interview?
I think it would be great to see the perspective of our customer. So a final customer of us, a company that produces cosmetics and is using and is cooperating closely to Provital. I think it would be nice to hear what they think about working with us, the ingredients, the industry, etc. Internally, I think Laure would be a great person here, and our application lab manager, to know the source of her ideas, how is she formulating.
I'm going to stop you there because I think you'll be surprised to see our next Provital.
It's a spoiler again.
Yes, yes.
It's been
Okay.
recorded.
Wasn't intended.
No. We're aligned then.
Okay, great.
But for the first persona that you were saying, the final customer, I think it's something we should consider, right? I mean, it would be very interesting, especially if it's a customer that it's using Provital products for their formulation, right? So they can explain firsthand why they like Provital, which products they like most, and why.
Yes.
So
What
we can-
novelties do they see in the
We
market?
can get very useful
Yes.
insights there. So maybe for next season.
Yes. We'll definitely talk.
I have some contacts in mind, so
Okay.
Yes. yes. No spoilers for
Okay.
now. But yes, for sure. Well, anyway, Marcin, thank you very much for your responses. And you've given us your professional opinion, but also your personal opinion. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
It was my pleasure to be here.
It was
so
very nice to learn a little bit more about the Polish market and Provital Polska. And of course, we wish you a very big success next year with your new role. I'm sure you will do it perfectly.
Yes.
Right?
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And thank you all for being listening to this last episode of Provitalks 2.0 first season. And well, we hope that you have been able to understand a bit better how is this value chain created, and the little parts in this journey of the development of cosmetic ingredients. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching and listening to Provitalks. We hope you got some source of inspiration to create your own kind of beauty. If you don't want to miss our next expert interview, subscribe to our channel and don't hesitate to contact us at weareprovital.com. Provital. Do care.